Life would be dope if sleep wasn't necessary. That's not to say that life is not dope as it is now, but I just woke up from a nap, which I don't recommend doing because you're basically sleeping away time of your life, especially not knowing that once you die, you're probably going to be in a sleep state for the rest of your life. So for us to be spending so much time sleeping is never a really good thing, and I truly don't recommend doing it. Although I do it myself, I try to avoid doing it at all costs. Humans as a whole have evolved a lot over the past just 20 years. A lot of new technology that wasn't possible and nobody would have thought was possible 20 years ago is actually possible to this day. And so I was sitting down after I just woke up from this nap thinking, like, what if coffee actually gave you energy? Because for those who don't know, coffee, what it basically does is kind of like a drug. Well, it is a drug, considered a drug, which basically stimulates your mind into the sense that you're not tired anymore, but physically your body is still tired, but mentally you're not. And that's what basically coffee does, and it speeds up your heart rate a little bit, I believe, which can be a really dangerous thing. That's why I've always been not too big of a fan of those energy drinks, because I remember when I was in high school, there was this guy who took an energy drink and he was working out, and in the middle of his workout he died, and he went to my old school. So that's basically putting your life on the line in order to just have temporary energy. What if they could actually come up with something that gives you actual energy without needing ever to sleep? That would be the dopest thing ever. Imagine being able to stay awake 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. You would have all the time in the world, because for me, I'm someone who's more of a night person, so I'd rather be up during the night than during the day, but I end up just doing both, which in a sense is what makes me tired to begin with. And then I'm waking up early, going to work, then coming home, sleeping during the day. This nap is gonna give me energy. Then later tonight when it's time to sleep, I'm not gonna be able to sleep, and it's just a constant routine of staying up late and then ending up tired and then regretting it the next day. If I had $1 for every time that I did that, forget about it. And it would be dope too if they ever do come up with like some sort of like a drink or like a food that you eat that gives you energy where you don't have to actually sleep, that it actually allows you to grow as a person too, because your body grows to a certain extent while you're awake, but it does most of its growing while it's asleep. So if you could just combine both of those, then life would be a lot cooler, to be honest. I feel like at one point they will make something at least along the lines of that, because within the next 20 years life is going to be completely different. It's not going to be like that SpongeBob episode where he went like into the fridge and he came out like 20 years or whatever later and everything was like silver and mad super advanced. It's not going to be probably like that, because people were predicting by 2020 that we were going to have flying cars, and do we have flying cars? No. So just think about that. Flying cars would be cool, but I feel like that's not something that's not going to come for probably like another like 200 years, if that. Because most humans can even drive cars on the street. This like millions and millions of accidents on a day-to-day basis. So imagine being in the air with no actual road, there actually being clouds in the way, and not being able to see, and how many car collisions would actually go on if everything was in the air. At one point in time, things are also going to be completely wireless. Like wires are not going to even be a thing. Like in order for me to charge my phone, I'm not even going to have to plug my phone physically to the outlet. It's going to be like some sort of Wi-Fi connected Bluetooth kind of thing, which is really cool, but it can also be kind of scary because, for example, they have the Apple EarPods where they're completely wireless, right? Which are a really dope concept, but you can lose those super easily. I would be losing my charger left and right versus losing my headphones. Like losing my headphones, even with wires, is kind of standard. All in all, technology within the next 10 years to 20 years is going to advance so much that it's a really exciting time to be alive, to be honest with you.
Ain't no complaints, nah. Racks in the bank,